cooler weather,
failed props,
an appointment with the airplane paint shop. Hey guys, welcome to PIREP Aviation. My name is Cody.
and I'm Sean.
And we are the channel who reports on aviation stuff. We just have all sorts of stuff. And today we are going to have a conversation regarding that stuff.
Yeah.
We've just...
I mean, we don't have anything specific to talk about today, but we've had some exciting things over the last month since everybody got back from Oshkosh, and just kind of update everybody and where we are now, where we're heading here in the near term.
Yeah, the next few months are going to be really busy with our airplanes.
Mm-hmm.
I know you kind of got ahead of the game when you just started working on your interior and just a few other things. And
right.
I know you just posted that video regarding your one-piece windshield, which was amazing. I mean, it makes that Piper look
It makes
incredible.
it look modern.
Yeah,
you know?
very modern.
It's
I mean, everybody
clean
that goes up to that thing does not think it's a 64 model. Right. And I love that. I love that was an opportunity that just happened to come across on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how did you find it? Was it just researching or?
Actually, Piper's Magazine did an article about it a while back. It may have been a few years ago. And that's where I first came across it. But at the time, after I bought my plane, it's such a big project it's not just like replacing the two glass pieces. So I never really wanted to do it. But, once I had the interior torn out and everything else was going on, I was like, it's the perfect time to do it.
It's like a house. When you're redoing an airplane, you don't
when
really
in doubt, tear it out.
You don't really start, at least I didn't. You don't really start going, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. I mean, if money wasn't an object.
Well, sure.
Absolutely,
Just do a ground up restoration.
But yeah, so you did that, and I mean, I've got a bunch of appointments set and events coming up.
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting. So I mean, as of right now, well, first of all, the most important thing is we've got cooler weather coming.
Oh my word!
So I don't know about everyone always talks about spring as being flying season starting. I guess it's everybody up north, but for me, fall is flying season. Once we get through the summer.
It has been so hot, and ever since I got back from Minnesota, I mean, I've flown a few times. I took my buddy up. We went out to Stephenville, and other than that, it's just hot.
And it's not enjoyable.
No,
I mean, if it's 102 degrees,
it's bumpy, and my buddy he we went up, and he's like, I love it. I'm gonna go flying. So he's actually getting his he's working on his certificate right now.
Cool.
And I remember him going up the first time, and it was hot, and I'm like, don't go in the afternoon. and of course, you're limited to when.
Yeah. So he's like,
you
probably
can train
3 o'clock in the middle of summer.
It was like 2 o'clock, and it was so bumpy that he ended up. Well, I'll tell you, he'll be fine. He ended up turning around because we've all been there. We've all been sick, and we've all been in the very beginning going, ugh, is this really worth it? And now that it's cooler weather, constantly getting text. Hey man, this was awesome. It was incredible.
Flying.
I can't wait.
That's cool.
Comes over here and he's just a hanger rat hanging out. But yeah, cooler weather. It's about
cooler weather. It's
time.
huge, and hopefully, we'll have at least one airplane to fly. So with the cool weather, what we intend to do is start putting out a bunch more actual flying videos.
Yeah.
There's
going
a lot places, of doing stuff, playing with the new avionics.
Yeah.
Just random flying stuff. Just share it. We've got some, tech experiments that we're going to try with the 360 camera, and let's see what we can come up with.
It's going to be fun. I'm really excited because, well, I mean, and again, like a home, you go into this whole thing of redoing an airplane. You start little,
right?
And then next thing it's, well, this isn't exactly perfect, and we're going to go ahead and replace
like peeling
this.
the onion,
It is, and I'm not an onion fan much. If they're grilled, then honestly, you can't grill an airplane.
Yeah.
But dude, it's been fun, and it's enjoyable, and especially under the supervision of IAs.
Definitely, and we've got a lot of good guys over here that do
people.
The projects with us and supervise and verify and then sign off. And it works great.
I love relationships, right? And that's truly what in any facet of life, what creates success.
Right,
And so even in these moments, right, you're going, I'm going to paint my prop. And we had several conversations about that. So what happened with your prop? You sent it off to get painted.
Yeah. So, since I've done everything else on the airplane, I figured, well, I'll make my prop look pretty. So pulled it off. There's a local shop, took it to the shop, and I decided, well, I can't remember what they quoted me for painting. It was north of, $1,200. Yeah. And I figured, well, if I'm going to spend that, I might as well just overhaul it. So I'm like, okay, we're going to do the full-blown overhaul, and that way I don't have to worry about it. And I get a call, 3 days later after they broke everything down, and one of the blades failed. So basically, the base of the blade has got this, I don't know, inverted cone. It's called the shank, apparently. Yeah. And there was a little bit of corrosion in there. And, and I'm not a prop expert. I'm just relaying what I think I understand. But there's a certain amount of, not drilling it out, but grinding that out that you can do over the life of a prop to get rid of corrosion that builds up in there. And there was not enough meat left on the bone in order for them to do that, so it failed.
So that's not fun news.
No, that's not fun news. So I finally, digested the fact that, okay, my prop's trash. I've got to get a new prop.
Yeah.
I asked them if they could find new blades. They said that they could try, but they had another lady there that had a prop strike on a Cherokee 235, and they were looking for blades for her. So now I'm in line.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to just swallow this frog and look for a new prop. So I've never even considered that for my plane. So I start looking into props for my specific airplane. And there's the prop that's on it. And then there is a 3-blade Hartzell STC prop, and that's it.
Which looks amazing.
It's gorgeous, but I don't want a 3-blade prop. Yeah. I don't want to give up, that extra, speed with the 2-blade, and it looks cool. Yeah, but
they look great, and they're a lot quieter,
and they're expensive. I mean, I about
expensive.
Fell over when I found out how much it was, but I even swallowed that pill, and I'm like, I'm going to order this prop. Yeah. And then I got my estimate back from Hartzell, and it said manufacture date would be February of 2023. So I'm just like, yeah. So it's like, great, I'm going to be down for, the whole rest of the year. So I started posting in different Piper forums and Facebook pages, and a guy, and I can't remember who it was, but in the Cherokee 235 forums, he suggested this guy that has a STC for a 2-blade Hartzell for my airplane. So
I'm going to hold you real quick on that, because there are so many STCs. I say so many STCs. There are a lot of STCs, or a few STCs, that most people never hear of.
Oh, yeah. There's tons of stuff out there.
And just random people going, I bought it, and now I'm in charge of it, and or I designed it, and it was just really for my plane. And then, so it's really cool, because, again, and this is what I love about those forums. There's so many people out there that have no idea.
Yeah. Well, it's just like the baggage compartment thing. I had a homeowner that has a Dakota that told me about it when I was building this house. And then, fast forward a couple of years, I'm like, I want to find out more about that. So I started looking at it, and I found it, and it was still activated, and I was able to buy it.
That's pretty cool.
But now a lot of those STCs, when you look at those, are serial number specific.
Yep.
So like there's an STC for a 250 horsepower upgrade on a Cherokee 235, but it's that particular serial number.
Correct.
And I saw one the other night that is a STC for a ski boot, like for the Cessna. It goes in the back, but it's just that particular serial number. Yeah. So you've got to do research and figure out what's available. But
so you found the prop.
So I found this, and it's this guy. I mean, it's a full-on STC, and I ordered it. Talked to him.
Blades? Two blades.
Awesome. But it's the scimitar blades, the Hartzell scimitar blades. I don't have to change the prop governor. It works with the prop governor on the airplane. Yeah, and it's coming from Hartselle, and it's going to be end of January.
So
but
a little quicker. Okay. It's only about a month, right?
Yeah. But here's the icing on the cake here. The guy that has the STC, well, he obviously designed this for a Cherokee 235. Well, guess what? He's got the prop from his Cherokee 235 that is in good operational condition. Yeah. He sent me the prop as a loaner.
Oh, man.
So it arrived last week.
That's huge.
I've got a prop. He's not charging me for it, just having me pay shipping. Huge. So I'll be flying, for the next 4 months while I'm waiting on this prop to show up.
It's cooler weather.
Yeah. So, I'm excited. Everything's coming together, and we're getting these planes ready to go.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll be, flying here pretty soon.
It's awesome. So. And that's... Now we have these trips planned and in our brains.
Mm-hmm.
Not on paper,
we're always going somewhere in our brains.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we want to be in comfort. These are planes for us anyway. We feel like they're going to be there for a long time,
right?
And it just makes sense for who we are and what we use them for to just have them. So for me, it's all right. Let's we know the planes for years inside and out.
Well, see, that's the thing, and I always tell this to people and. That want to sell a plane and buy a different one. And we've talked about it numerous times.
All the time.
But I know my airplane intimately, especially after this last go-round of upgrades, because I've had everything torn out of there.
Yeah.
And you get a new airplane, and you're starting from scratch. You've got to pull the tanks. What does the spar look like? All the little things that now I know. So for me, it's not worth upgrading to something that might get me there 15 minutes faster for an extra $100,000 to have to reset that knowledge clock on that airframe.
Well, faster usually means either less seats or more fuel.
Right. It's all a trade-off. Everybody knows. You start looking at what you want to do, and it's so hard. It
is. And how many times do I go, all right, am I going to do this to the plane? Am I going to do that? Or, hey, look, there's a Cherokee 6. I really want a Cherokee 6. But at the end of the day, to do what I'm doing to the plane or what's already done, like you said, it's very difficult to find the cost versus value in it, right? And but I love that. Who does that? Who says, "Hey, give me your money, buy my prop or buy a prop"? And by the way, I have an extra one that you can use for free.
It's fantastic.
We'll
do a video on that when I get the prop. He's going to get whatever free marketing I can give him, through the channel.
I love it.
It's just incredible.
So we'll have a plane. Right now we have a plane. Yours is down. Mine's available, and but soon to not be available.
Yeah, so you've got some exciting news. You finally pulled the trigger and made a date.
It's funny.
It is funny.
Because
I've been trying to get you to do it.
How many times have I gone back and forth?
Yep.
With it. I am officially in line to get my airplane, my 182J, painted. Really excited.
It's awesome.
The problem is, thank you. The problem is, there's a lot of stuff I want to do to it.
Well, yeah. So you're going to have to get really motivated. Because,
really
if we think about it. So
October 24th is D-Day. That's when I have to actually fly out to Georgia. CASS, K-A-S-S Aviation in, I think it's Selma, Alabama, not Georgia. It's Selma, Alabama. That I am, I'm going to deliver my plane out there. And now you say, why are you delivering? You're in DFW. There are many places out here. Well, we've come to find out, not only are the prices much higher than out there, backstory, I kind of met this guy through the 182 forum.
Right.
And he just had a plane. He had a 65 painted, original paint scheme, and he is super happy with it.
Cool.
The guy has been painting for 20 years, and really, I don't know exactly when, but his shop is fairly new. And I love entrepreneurs. I am one, and so are you. And I started.
We like to help the little guy get started
with our panel.
Same thing, yeah. With
Colin.
Colin,
and now he's 14 months out, and And, again, it's just really awesome to be able to be a part of something like that because someone took a chance on me. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be where I'm at if someone didn't take that chance. And so with this person, I have had a long conversation with him over the phone telling him how picky I am.
And that is not an understatement.
It is not an understatement.
I really kind of feel sorry for him.
The downfall for me, which I may end up saying, Sean, let's go out there, is I can't be there. And that's part of the downfall with not having it local because I can't show up every 5 minutes. The positive side is he can just get his job done and not have to worry about a picky person on the backside.
Right.
But, I want to promote him. Mm-hmm. I want to promote.
We think you want to promote him.
As of right now. And now I've seen some of the paint jobs that he's done. And
they look good.
To get the lines and the curves that you get, I've seen some pretty bad ones.
Yeah.
So needless to say, you can spend $30,000 on a paint job all day long and upwards to 40. I know people have, and it is
on a 182.
Yeah. It's going to fade. It's going to scratch. It's going to dent. It's a 1966 airplane that is not perfect. It is not a brand new plane. And if you know me, my wife will say this, but I'm the guy that looks down when we buy a brand new vehicle down the side. Heck, if it's a used vehicle, I look down the side and make sure there is no dent, no scratch, nothing.
Right.
And I go, what is this? That's me. I know where every dent is on my wife's car. Every scratch, every nick. So with the paint job, I want a good paint job.
Yeah.
It's not going to be 100% because it's an older airplane. Yeah. So,
but it's going to be
incredible.
That 98.5% that's going to make it look, to any average person like it just rolled off of the showroom floor.
I have some minor hail. I thought it was major, but I took it to a paint shop here locally, who I think they do great work. Mm-hmm. It's just he's too busy. They're out in May. Yeah. The next open available spot was May, and I'm kind of be nice to fly before, Yeah, and I want it done before Oshkosh. I am flying to Oshkosh this year, and I think you probably would too.
I probably will.
The point is, I want it before then, and I don't want to have any delays. And so his price.
And when you get it back, you've got all these other things that you've got to do too,
and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm super excited. The paint, we'll throw the paint job scheme up on here.
Yeah, or we can put it on the Facebook page and you can check it out.
We'll put it somewhere. But,
so
super
here's the real problem
that.
with the paint, though, because that means Cody has to be down at the hangar, and you've got some projects. I mean, you've got to get your glass done.
Yeah, I have all new glass from
get your interior torn out, basically
from C. Bailey. So all around the windshield, the rear window, all the side windows. I didn't go with 1/4-inch thick like you did. I didn't want to have to modify. It's a little bit different.
It's different with the
Piper has a much more simplistic way of doing their windows versus Cessna. So I'm going to do that and then kind of touch up my glare shield while the front windshield is out and do some things. And again, anytime you're in places, you want to
Might as well do everything you can.
Check everything, paint, and so on and so forth. So I want to do that's number one, the number one thing that I have to do. There's some fiberglass on my horizontal tips that I want to get replaced because they're cracking.
Right.
I had my IA replace the flap skin. It didn't have a doubler on the flap for Cessna.
You can do the other side.
The newer ones typically do. And so where the ribs are, they typically will crack. And so I ended up replacing that. But being me, I don't want one side done and the other side not. And if I'm going to paint the plane,
symmetrical.
I want it to be symmetrical and I want it to be done. So we've got that to do.
Yep.
And my wheel pants, I mean, I already had I have 2 of them sanded, primed, stripped, sanded, and primed. And they're ready. I have 1 left, probably 3-4 hours left, and get those done. And I can put those on. But again, it's just little stuff. And so the windows being the biggest thing.
Windows will be the big thing. Yeah. And, you've got, because you're going to paint your door jambs and it's going to be a thorough paint job. So you're going to have to take out
weather
a lot of your interior.
Yeah.
So when you do that, you've got all your soundproofing.
Yep.
So that's going to go in.
After I ordered back in March.
Yeah. You finally
March
got it.
of 22, which is this year. But still, ordered them in March. And then they just came in about, I think 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I have everything for the soundproofing because it's the old insulation still from the 60s.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Again, a lot of work. It's not. There are certain things that are necessary prior to paint. There are certain things that I would rather get done. So the idea is to, while the plane is out for paint, I already have most of the interior. I have it all removed, and I have one seat in there or two, and I have it ready for the interior shop to have it done. So when it comes back in December, the beginning of December, I'll have the interior.
Throw it all in, which is basically what I did with the panel.
Correct. Yep.
Got it back from the panel, and mine's at the interior shop right now, which hopefully will be back this weekend. And
it's a labor of love, and again, it's super fun because of the community that we have, the IAs that we have around us, just helping us out and just allowing. Everything to
you learn so much.
Do.
I mean,
you learn about your plane,
the experimental side of things. Yeah. Being able to do this on my certified plane under the supervision of AMPs and doing it the right way makes owning a certified plane that much more fun.
It is. Well, and you learn everything about it, and not only are you learning, but you're getting taught.
Right.
And they're many years of wisdom with the people that are around us, and it's just awesome. I love it. So I have like the third seatbelt SDC that's going to get finished up, and then I've just got a new.
You've got your door stewards. You still have a fuel bladder.
I do. I just finally got my fuel bladder, my other one. So it's not leaking, but what is it? It's okay. I don't want to. With the other one, I was all over it, right? My shirt, my pants. I didn't wear belts. I didn't have my knife on my side. I mean, it was just, you have to try to be careful. Yeah. Well, I can put blankets and plastic and stuff like that over it, but why not do it now?
Right.
Prior.
If we can get it done, that would be
If we can get it done. It doesn't have to, but
it'd be nice.
I bought it. And I'm one of those people, again, you're never going to see the bladder. That bladder was replaced in the early 90s. The other one that I just removed about a month and a half ago.
That was 80s, wasn't it?
That was 80s. It was 40 years old. So it's just time. For me, I would rather have a reset clock on the bladders, knowing that they're replaced, they're done well.
Yep.
And
hopefully you never have to replace them while you own that airplane.
And we got a video coming up here in the next, I would say, 3 to 4 weeks regarding the bladder removal and install and how bad it was on the inside. It was just dirty. It wasn't done well. It wasn't done right. A lot of just...
They cut a lot of corners.
They
didn't
you'll
clean
see
it the way they should have.
No.
It'll
over tape.
If you've got an interest in Cessna fuel bladders, it's a pretty interesting montage of video. And
so I'm excited, though. It's going to be, like I said, I'm going to get a paintless dent repair guy to come out and do some of the dings on the control surfaces and... but it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
New glass, new paint, kind of going with more of a modern paint job. I love mine, but from 25 feet away.
Well, if you're paying that much,
you might as well.
Yep.
So, I'm excited though. I mean, again, cooler weather next spring. Might even make it out to Sun and Fun. I've never been, and that would be a fun flight.
Yeah.
Might as well. I'm gonna make 2 trips. I sold my Panther. So it's in process.
It's a deal.
it's in process.
So we're gonna get some space in the hangar.
And
love it.
I love my Panther. It's fun. It's just time.
It just needs another seat.
It's time. It needs another seat. So, Dan and Rachel, if you're watching this, cougar. So I've got to fly that out to Georgia. So. So the next few months it's going to be really busy. But I'm excited because it just, it'll push you to get it done, especially with the cooler weather.
Yeah. So, well, you can work down here and not have to worry about
goodness.
it. I mean, I just can't wait. I mean, literally, I think all I've got left when I get mine back from the interior shop, I've got the paint guy's going to do some touch-up paint, and we're going to paint my wheel pants and do a pattern on them.
Yeah.
And after that,
that's pretty much it.
I think I'm finished. I mean, the only thing left is to add camera mounts.
Yeah.
So
that's exciting.
Which kind of brings it to the flying stuff. We've got to start thinking about, what do we want to film flying?
Yeah. I mean,
so much stuff with the new avionics.
Yeah.
You know, we're obviously not experts on that, but we've been, you know, learning about them and trying to, you know, get up to speed.
That trip up to Minnesota, and I've told you this, like I made it a goal to not use ForeFlight as a
navigator.
Yeah. Right? So many of us VFR people do, but it's such a great tool.
Sure. Oh,
I
yeah,
love
it's incredible.
ForeFlight.
It's incredible.
But I wanted to learn the Dynon system.
Yep.
And I learned so much on that flight up there.
Mm-hmm.
No autopilot, so not yet. Dynon, come on.
Yep.
I'll be your number one fan right here. I'll be the second 182 to have it in there. Come on, I'm ready. But not a sponsor.
Yeah, not a sponsor
not yet. But again, it was just it's such an awesome system. And then you start going and doing all this training, and you're delving into it, and we're going, oh my word, there's
a lot to learn.
There's a lot.
There's a lot to learn.
But it's so amazing.
I mean, I've spent, in the last month since I've had my plane back, I bet I've spent well over 40, 50 hours reading Dynon manuals and Avidyne manuals and doing the video training and learning everything I can possibly learn about it on the ground before I start, you know, flying it around. So, you know, we could do some videos on that. You know, obviously we're not experts, but hopefully we will be before too long. Yeah. And, you know, just show some different things on that. I know that's kind of interesting to a lot of people. But yeah, I mean, just going places, filming stuff and getting some good footage. That's kind of the plan.
Yeah. It's such a joy to do what we were able to do.
Yeah.
I really love it.
Yeah. Well, and also, you know, here locally, which it seems like they're always in DFW area, but the airplanes and coffee. So we've got, you know, some of those fly-ins coming in. The one in October is supposed to be really big. Well, it's going to be an Alliance.
They're growing like crazy.
Yeah, they're growing like crazy. I mean, and I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but John Noggle. He said that the one in November is supposed to be even cooler than the one in October at Alliance, but he hadn't revealed what it is yet. So,
I mean, Alliance is pretty big.
As fast as those guys are growing, I mean,
we might be having
a local
Oshkosh
contender, a Sun and Fun contender in the next few years.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see. And John, that's awesome, man. Yeah. What you've done, what you've been able to create
in such a short time too. I mean,
and who doesn't like coffee?
Yeah. Or airplanes.
And when you put them together, it's even better.
Yep.
Man, I'm just excited. Yeah. I'm excited. Lots of videos, lots of pictures to come regarding these upgrades. And they're going to be shorter snippets.
Yeah, kind of, you know, like the ones that I'm going to have coming out for a few of the other projects that I've already completed. They're going to be the same format as the glass video that I did yesterday. Just because I don't have a lot of video of it, and you can only watch somebody deburr holes and match drill holes and pop rivets in for so long, and since I was here by myself doing it, you know, I'm not filming everything. So, but I do have a lot of stills, so I'll probably do one for, you know, my baggage storage area, and you know, and then we'll have a big reveal one on my panel and interior. Probably do a whole video just doing a tour of the airplane, basically.
And I wish you guys could smell his interior.
Oh, it smells like a new car.
It is amazing.
It's the first small airplane I've ever been in that doesn't smell like airplane.
Like mine. That old insulation. That's why I'm excited to take it out. I mean, anytime I get up to do anything in the headliner, it's like just fiberglass
raining horsehair,
and it's And depending on the age of your airplane, maybe hog hair, because that's what they used back then.
Who knows what it was?
But now it's going to be fun. Yeah. It's going to be a good fall. Lots of videos, lots of just information out there with the Cessna and the Piper that we have, and I love the dynamic that we got with the two planes. Yeah. And Ryan, he's already flown twice, which is pretty awesome.
2 flights. He's having to chase down a gremlin that is proving to be a worthy adversary for him, but luckily it doesn't appear that it's anything. Yeah. There's nothing wrong, I don't think. Yeah. It's finding out what sensor is not telling the right story. But yeah, he's got 2 flights in, successful flights, loves the way the plane flies.
Yeah.
And
he said it's the easiest plane he's ever flown.
Yeah.
And I'm going, I mean, yeah, I agree. It's super easy to fly. And if you're able to do, and I'm like, wait until you get some wins, but really it is an easy plane to fly.
It is. It's all about speeds. You know, if you fly the speeds, it's an easy plane to fly. If you try to land at 80 miles an hour, it's not an easy plane to fly.
It'll be sad that my plane will be gone, but I'll have his to use. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, we can lobby him for rides.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's going to be super awesome, and we'll have, like I said, we're going to have a bunch of videos coming out. But I want you guys like us, subscribe to us.
It helps a lot. You know, we're obviously growing.
Yeah.
And every little edge we can get to try to, you know, get out there, let people discover the channel. Hopefully we're interesting. And if you want to hear about anything, if you want us to talk about anything or address anything, put it in the comments below. Yeah. We're down for just about whatever.
I mean, how many times as an airplane owner do you not know how to take out a seat, right? Yeah. How do you...
Or how long does it take to take out a seat?
Yeah.
Is it legal for you to take out a seat? You know, all those little things, you know.
And this is the thing.
We can address that. And we can also get, you know, we can have one of our A&P buddies on the show and have the questions and just fire away.
The biggest thing is you have to do it legally.
Yep.
Everything. And so everything that we're doing is under the parameters.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to do it. You can't just go out. And that's the thing, kind of going back to when you buy a different plane, you don't know who worked on it.
Right.
You do by a signature, but it's scribbly and you can't go back at it a lot of times. And you can't interview the guy, and he may be no longer here. And the point is, that's what's so valuable with our planes that we have.
You know, it's just like you always hear about, you know, a plane is only worth as much as the logbooks.
Yeah.
And I'll go one step further. You know, the logbooks are great, which that's probably another video in itself. I kind of went crazy on my logbooks. They're really pretty now and organized. But anyway, the mental logbook of having seen what's in this little compartment. What, you know, now I know what is underneath the, you know, floor of the baggage compartment, which is riveted in. It doesn't come out. But I was able to get in there, and I was able to clean all the old grease, you know. But that mental logbook of knowing everything on your plane, it's invaluable.
Yeah,
you know, it really is.
Well, it's going to be fun.
Yep.
So hang out with us.
Yep.
At PIREP Aviation, like, subscribe, enjoy the videos, because I sure am.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next time.
Have a good one. You all ready for this? Let's go check out the 182. Super excited about the paint. Super excited about what it's gonna look like. Like, I love the paint job that's on it right now from 25 feet away. The problem is, I'm really picky, as we mentioned, but check it out. This is what's going on. So right now it's kind of an 82 paint scheme. Again, from afar, it looks pretty good, but these are the areas that I noticed. Because it's a pearlescent style metallic paint, you have to be pretty consistent when you spray. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's lighter up here and it's dark down here. But man, a brand new paint job is going to be awesome. So some of this stuff, because I'm painting it, the things that I want to do are like this horizontal stab right here, this tip. It's been cracked and it's been stop drilled a few times, and you can get it fixed, you can get it repaired and make it look brand new, but most people say it's going to crack and come back anyway. So I'm just going to replace that. They're not that much, maybe I think 150, 175 bucks. The glass, that's the most important thing. You guys can see whoever did the silicone on this, just go ahead and zoom in on this. It's just not kosher.
Oh yeah.
It leaks. I don't want to go through the rain, but back in the 80s, the green, I'm not a huge fan of it, but the green tinted glass was popular. So all of it's going away. It's going to be the solar gray, And 1/8 inch thick. Back is I think right around 3/16, 1/4 inch up in the front. But these will be 1/8 inch. My front of the wing does not have 2 air vents like most Cessnas do. A lot of people question that. So you have the air vent right here. My kids love it because it's right in their face. So I'm gonna take that out, put it back in, but it stays dry and does not have issues. So again, super excited. Front windshield, I've been told it's pretty easy. There's hardly anything out there regarding this. So we're gonna do a pretty in-depth video about the windows and the glass and the windshield, because a lot of people just replace this. Whether it gets scratched or hazed or whatever, they'll replace it. So I've seen people replace this whole thing right here. It's not necessary. So it's gonna be awesome. Come over here. This is from the baffling. These are just minor things that are gonna have to get doublers and redone, but both sides, one side, on the other side actually has no hole, but it's wearing out. I have a new spinner. It's not new, brand new, it's dentless. So this one has been abused. It's been through the ringer. I don't like it. And if I were to strip this and polish it, it would look like it went through, I don't even know. It's not good. It looks like someone took a hammer to it. Prop is gonna get repainted. After what Sean went through, I'm really tempted to just get it overhauled and redone, but I'm just gonna have it painted for now because my engine's coming up, and at that point I may have to get a prop anyway. So, but again, it's gonna get completely painted. This dent is gonna go away. Wheels are gonna get painted. Wheel pants are gonna get painted. All the new metal that's with the Sportsman Stole Kit is gonna get painted, and it's gonna look awesome. Doorposts, etc. So, pretty excited, guys. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I can't wait for me to see it. It's just gonna be something that I'm gonna really love and want to show off. I love showing it off, but I'll just tell people to stand from afar. And I don't know what it is, but call it pride, call it whatever you want, but I love my stuff to look good. And so when you see Sean's plane, you're gonna think the same thing. You're gonna go, man, that thing is nice. That's what I want this plane to look like. Pretty excited. So check it out. Wait for the videos. They're coming. It's gonna be awesome. Keep following us, like, subscribe. We'll see you later.